Hi guys, in this video we will discuss the logical operators in C Sharp. So let's get started. C Sharp provides three logical operators that are useful if we want to combine multiple conditions. The first one is the negation operator. The logical negation operator is denoted by sign of exclamation. The negation operator computes logical negation of its operand. That means it produces true if the operand evaluates to a false value, and it produces a false if the operand evaluates to true. The example is note of true will return a false and note of false will return a true value. Then we have got this logical AND operator, which is denoted by double ampersand sign. The logical AND operator computes the logical AND of its operands. The result of x double ampersand y, or we can say x and y, is true if both x and y evaluate to true. Otherwise, the result will be false. There is something to note here. If x evaluates to a false value, y is not evaluated at all. And this process is called short circuiting. So let's quickly see the truth table of the AND operator. Here we have operand x, operand y, and this is the result of x logical AND operator y. So if x is true, y is true, the result is true. If x is true but y is false, the result is false. Similarly, if x evaluates to false, y is true, the result will be false. And of course, if they are both false, the result will be false. There was something we said in our previous slide. If x evaluates to false, y is not evaluated at all. You can see from the truth table, in this case, whatever is the value of x will be the result. So x is false, the result in these two cases is false. This is called short circuiting. So if x evaluates to false, y is not evaluated because it doesn't matter what the value is, either true or false. See, in these two cases, in one case it is true, but in other case it's false, but the result remains false, which is the same as the value of x. So let's see an example now. So if we check the combined condition 15 greater than 3 and operator 15 less than 25, this will evaluate as, so 15 greater than 3 is obviously it's true, 15 less than 25 is also true, and if we see the truth table, true, true evaluate to true, so the result will be true. And in the next example, 15 greater than 23, double ampersand sign, 15 less than 25, it will evaluate as, the first condition is obviously false, 15 is not greater than 23, and 15 is less than 25, so false, true, they evaluate to false, so the result will be false. The next logical operator we will be discussing is OR operator. The logical OR operator is denoted by double pipe sign. The logical OR operator computes the logical OR of its operands. Here the result of x or y is true if either x or y evaluate to true. Otherwise, the result is false. In this case, if x evaluates to true, y is not evaluated. And again, this is called short circuiting. So let's quickly see the truth table of an OR operator. So again, we have got x operand, y operand, and here is the result x or y. So if x is true, y is true, the result is true. If x is true, y is false, obviously still the result is true because it's an OR operator. If x is false, y is true, the result is true. If both x and y evaluate to false, the result is false. Here in this case, if x evaluates to true, the result will always be true. It doesn't matter what is the value of y, whether true or false. So this is again short circuiting. When x evaluates to true, there is no need to evaluate the value of y. The result will always be driven by the value of x, which is true in this case. So let's see some examples. 15 greater than 3 or 15 less than 25. This will evaluate as, obviously the first Boolean expression evaluates to true. 15 is greater than 3 and the second one 15 is less than 25. So this is again true. So true, true is true. So result will be true. And in the next example, 15 greater than 23 or 15 less than 25 will be evaluated as, obviously 15 is not greater than 23, so it will evaluate as false. 15 is less than 25, it will evaluate as true. So false and true will evaluate to true. So the result of the ORing will become true. So let us put this all in a program and see how these logical operators work. Let me quickly launch Visual Studio. I will paste my already created code in the main method, and I will put the code download link in the description of the video. As usual, I would recommend you type this code yourself in the code editor so that you get the hang of writing code yourself. Let me run this program first, then I will explain each line of code with the output. Program has successfully run now. So this is the output window. So first line of code, obviously we wrote one message saying logical negation operator, which is displayed here. And in the next right line statement, we find the value of not true, and the output is false, which is obviously it has done the negation of the not true. And in the next statement, we have done negation of false, which will be true. And then we test for the logical AND conditions. So here you notice that I have written these lines of code using parentheses. So if I, just to show you, if I stop this program now, if I remove these brackets, it will show you an error message because it is trying to add logical AND condition to this string values in order to force the computer to evaluate this expression first and then concatenate with this string. You just put it in a bracket, so now it will evaluate it and the error message goes away. So let me run the program again. So obviously, like 15 greater than 3 is true and 15 less than 25 is true and true, true, and this will evaluate as true. But in the next statement, 15 is greater than 23, that is false. So false and true is false, so the result will be false. In the next set of statements for logical OR, what I tried to do was I did try to put this condition outside of the console write line. So because we know that this will result in a Boolean expression, either true or false. So I have declared a Boolean type variable result1. And here is our condition 15 greater than 3 and then OR 15 less than 25. And on the next line, we have got Boolean type variable result2. and there is another condition 15 greater than 23 or 15 less than 25. And in here, what we do is print the result of this expression. So result 1, result 2, and here 15 is greater than 3, which is true, and 15 is less than 25 since it is ORing, so the result will be true. In the next statement, 15 greater than 23 is false, 15 less than 25 is true, result will be true. Okay, here in this console.writeLine statement, I have used an escape sequence /n. So we could have done console.writeLine without any parameters, but this time I tried to use the /n, which is a new line character. So what happens is, like, after it has displayed the results of this line, it will press an enter key, so that will give us a blank line here, and then it will display result of note of result 2. See, our result 2 was true, and if we get the value, put a negation operator in front of result 2, so it will be false. So here we are just using the actual values true or false, but here we are using variables value to display the result. And finally, we have got the console.read key where it is waiting for any key to be pressed. So if I just press space, it will go away. So this is how logical operators work. As usual, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, share, and like the video, because that really encourages me to create more. Thank you.